Sitting there, stroking my niece's red hair. Bang, bang goes the door. She shuffles and cries a little more. Shut up, I yell and says my father's raising his voice and making all kinds of noise. Eyes are getting teary. My mind is getting weary. I guess that you can say that I'm the mixed girl's pride. The mixed girl's pride. In Cali, I'm watching my favorite show featuring tons of other people asking me, are you white? Am I black or Asian? I don't know, so I'm just yelling to the nation. I had curly hair, skin pale as snow. You tell me, mama, because I really want to know. I'm just the mixed girl's pride. The mixed girl's pride. Not really making much sense. Time is deranging. My body's rearranging. I'm seeing a lot of characteristics of races in me and my family's faces. Pink boots and eyes are slowly becoming more definite and taking spaces. Oh, how I wish I was trading places with someone else. I'm just a trap star. I'm not trying to be a rap star. I speak what's on my heart and I write what I say. That's why I'm standing here before you this day. I don't know what I am, but I know many races are me. And through my troubles, I'll make history, but soar over mountains, hear my name while you know. I'm mutt is mutt, and that is our thing. I'm coming at you like a fire, so I'm heating up the game. My name is Dominic ACC, and I am the mixed girl's pride. The mixed girl's pride. So let me take you on a ride for a question of my identity, baby. If you're listening to this, you know what you do. I spill like rapid fire, large and vain, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to grasp it, which is the mixed girl's pride. The mixed girl's pride. The mixed girl's pride.
Alright, so for Lower High we have a 7.9, an 8.1, an 8.2, an 8.8, and a 9.5. On deck, we have Rolando coming up to the stage and Stunner. After all these years of writing, I've come across a question for the first time in my life. Why do I write? And as I rewind on my trials and tribulations, I come to realize I write because if I didn't, I would be dead. With both hands clenched on my head, I began to think. I write because if I did it that night in June 2003, where I found myself running across the street bare feet down the 911 on the payphone. Head throbbing from the blow I received earlier, screaming into the receiver, he hit me, he's beating me. And as police swerved to my street, my tears turned bloody red when the outcome was arresting me. Because my father said he was trying to talk to me and I went crazy. Ignoring the heavy marks on my cheeks, handcuffs gripped so tight my wrists began to bleed. And as I begged and pleaded for him to loosen it for me, he pushed me into the backseat and replied, "His motherfucker, Amy." When I got into that little orange box, I wrote with ink instead of blood. I write because if I did it that night when I was left on my porch at 30 degrees weather in Miami because my mother said it was too cold for her to come to the door, I would have died. But instead, I write. I write because my fingers are addicted to these pens and pencils, and I try rehab, but they always come back like the opposite of friend. I write because we're wasting our time on the streets. I believe that I don't have to get shot 9 times, write lyrics with a beat so the world can listen to me. I write because if I didn't, who will? So I grip tightly onto my mic and move so much it appears I'm standing still. Because when it comes to silence, I'm rebellious. Fast forward, the world's moving around so much and they seem to be hot and careless. See, my hands burn so much, I make fire jealous. Rewind. Jealous fire make out much so burn hands my seat. So much, I make fire jealous. I write poetry. I believe in freedom of speech, so officers lock me up. I wonder why Channel 7 breaking news focuses on a new what this means when live from across the street, a homeless child walks with bare feet. I write because I'm mad, because all I wanted to do was sit in class and learn. I asked to be teased or called ugly. I write because if I didn't, it would have gotten to me.
welcome up to the stage, Rolando.
Temptation is staring at me right in the eyes, and it knows that I'm lying when I'm saying that I don't want some of them thighs, but it's true. I do. My mind is drastically changed to a state of confusion. Is this girl real, or is she just an illusion, produced by the devil himself to make me fall into his spells of delusion? And I know it'll be the conclusion at the end of today if I give it that one little simple handshake, see? Most of the time my mind falls within a deep bliss, imagining that a handshake can turn into a kiss. Imagining that a kiss can turn into open lips, which increases the attraction of our hips, which eventually leads to a late night Kermit making triple X-rated movie clips. I feel deep sense of disgrace, because every time I see a female's face, I feel like taking her back to my place to embrace some sexual activities. Activities that involve physical exception. Activities that involve emotional progression. Activities that involve love and affection. I'm talking about activities I'm only supposed to be experienced by my girlfriend. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. But to make the world feel like an abandoned baby stroller strolling onto the highway until the force makes one of the baby's bones bend. And this feeling of betrayal is unbearable for I'm one of the nice guys. A guy who doesn't cheat, a guy who doesn't lie. A guy who always thinks and who's not afraid to cry. A guy who always listens and a guy who understands. Man, I don't mean to brag, but I know how to be a man. If society says that I'm one of the same, maybe I'm just one of the few trying to give us a better name. Maybe that's why temptation is trying to put my name to shame. See, temptation follows. And it's trying to swallow what's left of my hollow soul of innocence. It's like my two heads talk to each other to the point where they get into arguments. To be quite honest, I have a girl that turns to my gray skies of blue. For those who don't know who I'm talking about, let me break it down for you. She is the X to my box. She is a line to my wire. She inspires me to write fire like I haven't touched a pencil in days. She is as important as the blood flowing through my veins, and she is my rainbow when my day seems to rain. She is like an addiction, far greater than any drug. 2 pills of X has the same effects as 1 hug. You see, I got a girl that a guy can only hope for. So why do my eyes explore naked thighs, making the blood in my body downpour? Temptation, why do you fill my mind with sinful fantasies? Cleavage from double D, seek it to my imagination, making me wish it was reality. Maybe I should just tell my baby that I'm not as pure as she thought I would be. Or maybe temptation is a typical male thing, but it's kind of hard to believe when my girl's not telling me that she cheated on me. No!